What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 17 of Laying in the Fairway. Today is Wednesday, August 9th. Let's get it.
What's up, Stu?
What's up, Ken? How you doing, bud?
Good, man.
Good. Good. A good weekend?
Yeah, we had a mini little golf trip gathering, Stu. You weren't there, though.
I know.
I don't know why. Why weren't you there?
It was everywhere this weekend. I was doing a million things. I went to LIV Greenbrier, which was pretty fucking sweet. We'll dive into that a little bit. I went to Monster Trucks on Saturday, which definitely dive into that. Yeah, so it just wasn't in the cards. I'm doing a work thing this upcoming weekend, and
Yeah.
after that, I'll be up there for we got fantasy football draft in less than 2 weeks. I'll
Oh,
be up
yeah.
there.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, so it just wasn't in the cards coming up there. I wish, man. It looked sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet.
Snaps.
It's funny. There are a lot of people. It's like it. I certainly felt old this weekend in a few different aspects. So one of them was just like people weren't available. Like
Yeah.
once you start having the kids, man, it's tough.
It's
But we had 12, so we had like half the golf trip basically. Went out and played Reston National. It's a pretty solid course.
Yeah.
12
is a good turnout for like
yeah.
an impromptu, like, I mean, it wasn't even like 10 days. It was like, hey, we're
Yeah.
doing this.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty cool though. A lot of fun, ton of fun as always.
Yeah.
I suck at golf again, like really bad. So that sucks, but
Telling you, man, you need to make a sacrifice. I don't know what's going wrong.
Well,
But you need to sacrifice
I got
something.
my game back 2 weeks ago, and then last week it went to shit again. Like even worse than previously. Like played like pretty horrifically. Like miss hitting drivers bad. And but it was wild. Like we were 3 under on we played 2-man scramble. We were 3 under on the front. So I was like, all right. I wasn't playing particularly well, but I was like, we got this. And then the 0 birdies on the back 9. I started like shanking my driver.
Oh no.
It was tough out there.
Few too many Coors lattes.
Maybe, yeah. I was in denial, so I kept drinking more, but that's probably a good chance that caught to me. But it was the golf trip, so we had like bros, so it was definitely like you're trying to recreate the golf trip in one day kind of deal. So, but we started early. Our tee time was like 8:30, which is slightly. It was awesome because no one was like really in front of us for Saturday morning, but it's tough to start drinking that early.
Yeah, jam it all in 18 holes, and then the after party.
Yeah, we did have a pool party, which was awesome. Yeah, our buddy hosted us. And it was pretty hilarious because he had a bartender and a server, catered food, full open bar. Was pretty sick. I mean, he said like he was like, dude, the bartender is like not that expensive. It's kind of a no-brainer. So I had no idea. I just assumed that like paying for staff would always be so expensive, but it was like a couple hundred apparently versus, in the low hundreds versus I thought it'd be a couple grand, but well, he probably spent a couple grand with all the stuff. But yeah, it was fun, and that was another moment when I felt older. I was like, oh, we're actually like, some of our friends are like well off now and like are actually classy. We actually have nice parties now.
Full of beer laying
That's
around.
what I said. I was like,
and dogs.
I was like, dude, you inviting the golf trip bros over. You could have had hot dogs in a cooler, but I mean, I was glad he didn't.
Hey,
yeah, it was nice.
great time. Money.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time. And then it was the party ended at like 9 p.m., which is also hilarious. But when you start that early at 8 a.m., everybody's dead. Ubered home, and we had it was tough to stay awake in that Uber, I'll tell you that much.
I'm sure. Do you have to make a trip back the next day for something, bud?
That was pretty hilarious. Yeah, so I think we had a lost shoe, a lost wallet, lost cell phone charger, 2 pairs of lost shorts.
Say
May
you
or may
lost your
not
shorts.
lost my car there. Uh, yeah. What else was there?
It's like the
Um,
hangover.
yeah, pretty much walked in with the tail between my legs, like, hey, how's it going? It's just here to grab my stuff and get my car.
Yeah. I feel like that's in
Brought the whole family up. The wife and the kids hopped in to go drive to uh,
that's funny.
get their degenerate dad's car. That was
Yeah.
a little eye opening. But better be safe than sorry. Certainly,
That's
much
fair.
rather get the Uber ride home
Oh,
than
100%. 100%.
rest that, and God forbid somebody stay sober when you golf
Yeah.
and have a pool
No,
party. That's
that's not
just
an option.
that's not an option.
I feel like my tail would be more between my legs going to my wife and saying, "Hey, we need to go get all this stuff tomorrow," rather than
Well,
walking back in the house that I was at the previous day.
yeah, it was actually really funny walking back in the house, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, the wife. Well, I mean, it was that was the plan all along, so it wasn't like that big
Okay.
of a deal.
That's good.
I don't think she was expecting to drive me per se. Um, but everyone
Yeah.
else had like plans and stuff, so I was like, dude, just drive
Yeah.
me. And then we just made a day out of it. Went to the park, um,
Nice.
with the kids, and then went out to brunch and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was actually
You
really
made
fun.
yeah,
But
made up for it for sure.
yeah,
For sure. Oh
yeah.
yeah. Do you watch any of the Wyndham or do you tune out after like the freaking rain delay?
Definitely tried to watch it all. The rain delay screwed me up because I didn't know when it was coming back on, and then I got
Yeah.
like overruled by watching some Bluey and Spidey and stuff. And I was just kind of like refreshing ESPN. Then all of a sudden, like they were playing, and so I actually ended up missing after the rain delay.
So did I. So did I. Yeah, I was like, damn. We went out to a brewery on Sunday and got home and I was like, hell yeah, let's cut this thing on. I'm gonna start cooking dinner, put the golf on, we'll watch the end of it. And they were like interviewing people in the clubhouse. And I was like,
Hmm.
wait a minute, this is not
Yeah,
yeah. So that and then it just threw off the whole night. So I just kept up. I like game casted it or whatever the fuck it's called on the PGA Tour app,
yeah,
Tourcast.
yeah,
That's how I finished it. But yeah, it was. I mean,
yeah. Same.
it was like four dudes in it the whole weekend. It seemed like honestly, like they jumped out in front of everybody and never looked back. But Glover and Ben Horschel, and Henley, and nobody else
Mhm.
was in like fucking 5 shots of them. It seemed like
Yeah,
ever. So
yeah. Big
it
win
was
for
good.
Lucas Glover,
He needed that.
the old Clemson boy.
Yeah.
Um, I guess his wife will have to find something else to get mad at him about other than his play. But
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll have no problem doing that.
Should be mad. Like you didn't win an elevated event. It's only
It
$1.6
was the
million
Wyndham,
dollars.
Lucas. Yeah,
Yeah.
but he has been playing good, so that's pretty
Hmm.
cool.
Did you see that
Kind of a
fucking
nice
putter
little
he's
resurgence
using?
from him.
You see that
No,
putter he uses?
no, I
Dude,
didn't really
it's out.
notice.
It's a long putter one, but it's outrageously. I don't know. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. Maybe I'm just out of the equipment game more than I should be, but I don't know. It looked like fucking spaceship on the end of his
Really?
yeah, on the end of the
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
shaft.
drawing a blank. I mean, I watched him, but I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know. There's
yeah.
so many weird putters now. It just doesn't even phase me. I don't even notice.
True. True. Yeah, everybody uses I don't know. I can't look down on that shit, but yeah, they came out of the rain delay and Henley birdied right out the gate. Like stuck it, birdie, boom. And I was like, oh shit. And then he bogeyed 3 straight holes to fucking lose it pretty much, which
Yeah, what a dagger.
apparently he has a history at the Wyndham. Like it's been like 4 straight years that he's had a chance to win it and just completely fucking blows it. And then Horschel, I mean, fucking I don't know. He
Yeah,
kind of fizzled out late Saturday and then Sunday
yeah,
just
my boy, old Billy Horsecock. Yeah, he was really stroking it Saturday. Kind of busted a little early. got a little too stiff there, and then Sunday just couldn't get it back up. Just came out flaccid, and just couldn't get it back up. And once that pressure's on, you start thinking about it more and more. You get in your head, and that thing's just definitely not getting back. That hole starts looking smaller and smaller. You can't seem to get it in. It's tough still.
It's a tough break for him,
maybe he
man.
was drinking some whiskey Sunday morning. I don't know.
Maybe he looks like he drinks whiskey with that beard he grew all of a sudden. He's like a
Yeah, he's looking a
bearded
little
guy
manly
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. He only drinks craft whiskeys now and smokes cigars.
You know what? I bet he looks like that, yeah. But I'm pretty sure his wife was like an alcoholic. I don't think he probably doesn't drink
He
anymore.
probably doesn't drink. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that was tough, man. I was really pulling for him, mainly for
I had
you.
him at plus 6,000. That would have saved my whole year.
Yeah, you needed that win more
I
than
needed
he
that
did.
bad. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And he's about to lose his card.
Yeah, I got real excited. I mean, that was cool. It's always fun. Like, I still feel pretty good about it. Like, just the fact that he was up there. Like, I figured he's such a wiry, like, competitive guy, even when he's doesn't have his best stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, he was real bad at times this year, but he kind of came back last week. And I figured he was just going to kind of will his way. I was kind of shocked he didn't play good Sunday. But
he looks so uncomfortable putting. It looks real unnatural to him.
Yeah, okay. So I did notice that, but he was lights out all week, and then once that pressure hits, it really does that's when that kind of you start overthinking for sure. And that little open stance, yeah, it's definitely weird.
It kind of fits stance, and the way he holds his hands, like they're not hanging naturally like a pendulum, like they're like lifted up kind. I don't know, man. It looks really
he
weird,
definitely got a little tight on Sunday for sure, and
yeah,
he was just kind of missing them like pretty bad, missing them all over the place. So
yeah, but
it was Lucas. What a great win! Apparently, he's a super nice guy. He's got to be the only good player to ever come out of Clemson, or good player to ever play at Clemson. Period. They're not known for any of their alumni to be good at golf. The few I have met, usually have a pretty loose elbow. Some people have even claimed their swing to be atrocious, but I don't know. I wouldn't really know. I'm not a swing judge.
No, neither of us are.
It's just what I've heard. Here. Just what I've heard from other people.
Yeah, Lucas Glover. I jumped him up to the playoffs, so he was 112 going into the weekend, and jumped him all the way up to 49th in the FedEx. So if he holds steady, he's advanced to the BMW too, because it's BMW's top 50. Yeah. So that was huge for him.
Yeah,
he needed that.
Yeah,
thing. So it's been like more than 4 years since he won. I didn't realize how old he was. He's like 42, 43 years old or something. When did he win his US Open?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I want to say 2011. I could be way off on that, but
yeah, I mean that's so unmemorable to me. Like those majors.
Yeah,
like
he
that,
won one of those that
randoms.
was just like tough, and wasn't he was like one?
Is that the one DJ grounded his club? Is that one where DJ grounded his club and had to take a 2-stroke penalty because it wasn't a waste area? It ended up being a bunker, but he thought it was a waste area or something. Was it that one?
He won in 2009. Even farther back than I thought.
Where at?
No, he won at Bethpage Black. 2 strokes over Phil, Ricky Barnes, and David Duval.
Ugh.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
no wonder I don't remember.
Super long time ago. Yeah, so that's not the DJ one for sure. Yeah. I what I do remember. I mean, Bethpage is always super tough. So yeah, I remember it was just like a low scoring. Oh yeah, got to. That's a bucket list item for sure.
Thing where you sleep in your car and where you have to
I'm pretty sure you can reserve a tee time now. but maybe you
man.
still have to do that. I don't know.
We'll sleep in our car anyway. Fuck it.
Let's see. Oh, so we ended up 4 under. So yeah, I mean that's actually not as bad as I thought. Um, the second place was 2 under, but I do remember it was just like one of those times, kind of like Brian Harmon. It's just like some random comes out. It's just like plays much better than everyone for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a tough course. I
Yeah.
mean, that's a solid U.S. Open win. But yeah, I mean, he hasn't really done too much since that.
No, not at all. But it was, I mean, hell, it was a good tournament to close out the year before the playoffs. I'll take it. It was interesting.
Yeah,
Some
yeah, it's a
some
cool
drama
event.
for sure.
So a lot of drama. To see JT almost
Almost
chip
chip
in on
in. Oh my
18
god.
to miss the playoff by 1. Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah,
That would have been so sick. I mean, it hit the pin. That was nuts.
I
And like,
know.
I don't know how it didn't drop. It didn't even have like that much speed.
Wasn't
It
coming in
looked
hot at
like,
all.
yeah, no, it looked like perfect and just plopped right out. Just kind of a microcosm of his year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. For sure, for sure. But yeah, so he ended up missing. He was 71st. Adam Scott, 72nd. I mean, those are probably the two biggest names to miss the playoffs for sure. So, correction from last week. I looked at last year's tournament, and 125 guys played in the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Well, this year it changed to 70. So,
Hmm.
where I thought it was 125, and then the BMW jumped and did the no cut event, it's actually this year top 70 is in, and everybody else is out. So, yeah, JT missed, Adam Scott missed, Shane Lowry missed, Horschel ended up missing. I think if Horschel would have won, he would have jumped up in there. And
Yep,
then
yep, it would have.
Gary Woodland, he's who knows what's going on with him. Ever since he won a US Open, he's just been just not there. But there's some big names to miss. Adam Scott's made every single FedEx Cup playoff since its inception.
That's a big one. And I thought he was playing better
Mhm.
this year.
That's what I was thought
Guess I
too.
was completely wrong on
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he had some good tournaments.
Maybe he just didn't play a lot. I don't know.
I guess not.
Yeah, JT though, that's the biggest thing by far. There's no way they can put him on the Ryder Cup team. I don't think.
I was actually thinking since he played well this week, they could. I was,
Yeah,
I was reading an article that I kind of agreed with. He's like, the Europeans, when they had, like, say, Sergio didn't play good one year or something, or more actually, a better example would be Ian Poulter, because he definitely had years where he wasn't like that great.
oh yeah,
They still picked him because he's like the heart and soul of your team, and he's going to show up for the Ryder Cup. Like, JT's going to show up at the Ryder
yeah.
Cup. He's kind
Yeah,
of
he is
he's
like
the
he's super
staple.
fiery.
And when you have your guys like that, are like, there's certain guys that are just have the makeup for the Ryder Cup, and JT's one of them. So I kind of like that, like picking him up and, hey, we still need you. We know you got the game,
True.
and that might
And
catapult him for next year, honestly.
true. I wonder when picks have to be in. I'm guessing soon. I
The
mean,
live thing
hell,
is what's really gonna be weird, because if you add the live guys in there, I don't know how you judge how well they're playing.
I mean, Brooks is
Um,
in. I think he's automatically going to qualify.
yeah. Besides Brooks, I'm talking about like DJ, Bryson. I mean, technically, you could even think about Gooch. I don't think there's a chance for
Yeah.
Gooch, but
After he missed the cut at the Open Championship, I don't
yeah,
think he.
uh, I
Bryson's
wouldn't pick
interesting
him.
though. Nobody
Yeah,
likes him,
that's the thing.
but
It's like, all right, you gonna pick Bryson because he's hot, or you gonna
and
pick
then
JT?
ruin the
Like,
locker room. Yeah,
yeah. So
true. I think Brooks is going to be the only one. Yeah, it would be for me. It'd be Brooks and DJ, not Bryson. Like DJ is another one of those guys where it's like he's a staple on the team. He always just as solid as a rock. You can put him with
yeah.
anybody. You
Hmm.
can literally pair him with anybody, and he's fine. So that would be the other one, but he hadn't played that great this year. Who knows? It's hard to judge with
He didn't
Liv. I
play
mean,
bad. I don't know. He was kind of up
the
there and
majors,
almost all
yeah,
the majors.
it's hard to judge with the Liv thing because some events it seems like I don't know they just kind of check out. So we can get into Liv. Like Bryson won LIV this past weekend. Shoots 58 on Sunday. Pretty much just runs away with it. But then you look at the leaderboard, and none of the other big dogs were even really in it. I mean, Brooks, Cam Smith, DJ were all way down. I mean, he beat Brooks by 20 strokes. Like, they just checked out, I guess. I don't know.
They were busy gambling.
Maybe. Maybe they were busy gambling. I'm
in the studio. You heard knocking.
So who knows? Like that. So that's hard to judge. You just have to judge them off the 4 majors. I feel like. But yeah, I was there, and they were just destroying the Greenbrier. I mean, West Virginia's golden goose right there, and they just ate its lunch, dude. I mean, we go 23 under through 3 rounds.
Yeah, was it?
That's pretty crazy.
It's been kind of wet. I mean, it must have been playing a little soft.
It wasn't that. I mean, I was out there. I mean, maybe it was soft. It's not like I was walking the greens, but it wasn't.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
I don't
know,
mean, it's been a PGA Tour stop, and I do. Yeah, it was definitely one of the courses that they tear up as well.
Yeah,
but 58 still pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
no matter how the course is.
I think he shot 66, 61, 58.
Yeah, I mean that's insane.
I
don't care what course it is. That's still insane.
Yeah, 58's outrageous. But I mean, even
was par 70.
Sure. I guess I don't know. I didn't grab a card while I was there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's par 70.
Yeah, no, I didn't grab a card. They took my card more than anything while I was out there.
You still get carded? I don't get carded anymore. I
think
you get carded at the liquor store.
My credit card.
Oh, credit card. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, they were taking that shit up plenty.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it was cool, man. So we were there. We showed up. They were like 4 holes in on Friday, but we stayed until they finished. At the end, we were on 17, and that's where Phil, Bubba, and Carlos Ortiz finished. And dude, Phil sat there. He signed autographs for like 20, 30 minutes on the green, which was sweet.
Nice.
And then Bubba, I always knew he was a douchebag, and of course he's a douchebag. Like, dude, people are yelling, Bubba, Bubba, we love you here in West Virginia. There's a place out there. You used to play the Greenbrier Classic every year. We love you, Bubba. Come on, sign. Like, yelling at him. Wouldn't even look over at people, dude. Didn't even give anybody time of day, and just be a beeline to the clubhouse, man.
Yeah.
And Phil sat there. He had he filled his pockets with balls, signing hats, flags, shirts. People's shirts had pockets full of balls that he was throwing to people.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to hold my hat out to get it signed. Nothing. So then I gave it to Casey, and I was like, maybe you got a better shot. And nothing. We couldn't get it signed. And then I told her as he drove by, I was like, hit him with the hat as he drives by, because they threw him in a cart, and tell him to frisbee it back. And she hits him with the hat, and he's like, I'll be back later. And I was like, oh, you shouldn't have hit him with that. So I didn't get Phil's autograph. That's would have been fucking sweet. I was hoping to have it on the back
frisbee
of my
move. Yeah.
I was hoping to have it on the back of my hat and spin it around, show you Phil's autograph on here, but no such luck. Bryson signed for a while, and then as he came out of the clubhouse, he came out of a side door, and I was like, oh shit, there's Bryson. And then like a bunch of kids ran over there. This was Friday, 6:30 at night, and he's like, guys, I already signed. I need to go putt, okay? And I was like, damn, Bryson. And he signed for like 3 or 4 kids. It's like, all right, I need to go putt. And I was like, being a real big douche about it. I don't know. I didn't like that. It's like, dude.
Some people don't have it, man. This
is what you signed up for. Like, sign fucking autographs. You don't need to go putt. You already made $100 million off this fucking deal. Like, what's like, gives a shit, you know? Sign some autographs. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's my perspective. But I guess I don't know. You start signing one, you got to sign a million.
Yeah, maybe it gets old after every week of doing it, but yeah, Phil's always been a man of the
Yeah,
people. But like
dude. Phil was great,
Bubba's
man.
just got like, he's talked about he has like anxiety and shit. I bet some people just can't handle that shit. And I don't know if that makes them
Yeah,
assholes or what, but
I don't know, man.
I,
But dude, I mean, it's
they
gotta
don't
be.
got it.
It's super simple. Just be like, hey, not today, guys. Don't ignore him,
Yeah.
man. Don't be a douchebag. I don't know. That's my thought.
I
But
don't really,
anyway,
to be honest, I don't really get the whole autograph thing.
no, I get it for kids. I mean,
Yeah.
a billion adults, like drunk adults, hollering and yelling.
Yeah. Well, and then like
But
selling it, that's always weird.
yeah, super
The
weird.
whole point of it is that you were there,
I
you
just
know.
wanted a signed hat so I could turn it around and show it to you on camera.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it a ton. I mean, Liv's gonna be my birdie of the week, man. It was freaking awesome, dude. I've been to US Open before. I've been to countless President's Cups, practice rounds, regular rounds. I've been to the Kemper Open when we were kids up at TBC Avenel was every single year. We would go
Yep.
practice rounds, regular rounds. This was by far the most fun I've ever had at a professional golf event.
Hmm.
By far. And I've only been to two since I've been able to drink. So that maybe
Yeah.
skews it.
No,
Like when I
that's
was a
about to
kid,
ask
I had
that.
a lot of fun and I would get autographs and shit like that. But the fan experience, man, it was awesome, dude. I mean, obviously I'm a fucking live stan and I like it, but so that doesn't hurt. But it was a blast, man. The music, there's girls driving around in beer carts selling beers. The players seemed loose. Like Carlos Ortiz's shirt was untucked when he was playing. Harold Varner's on the tee box, and I guess one of his jams came on. He smokes a drive and kind of does this. He starts like dancing on the tee box and rubbing his caddy's shoulder and singing in his ear and shit like that. And like they just seemed like loose as shit and just having fun. Like you don't see that shit on the
Yeah.
tour, you know?
Hmm.
I mean, I guess they don't have to grind like they're on tour anymore. So they can be loose and have fun.
Right.
But I mean, it was a blast, man. And there's like this whole big fan zone, this whole area roped off. I don't know, maybe the size of a football field. And there's a bar on each side. There's a full simulator inside this giant tent. And they had like actual simulator, then they had the Cam Smith experience simulator, like where you try to mimic Cam Smith's swing and you swing and it shows how far off you are from his swing. There was an indoor kids zone, there was a putting contest, a chipping contest, there's a whole food truck alley full of food trucks and picnic tables, and like it just didn't feel like a stuffy, quiet, walking around the grounds golf event to me. It was a
Yeah.
fucking blast. It was a blast, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's sick.
Yeah, and not even to mention, there's a concert as soon as the golf ended. Zach Brown band concert at 6:30, and the players were. I mean, I was sitting there buying a beer, waiting as the concert was starting, and here comes a dude walking with a red cup and flip flops on. I was like, oh shit, that looks like Mark Leishman. He's like, I am Mark Leishman. I was like, oh shit, hey. Okay, and he just kept it moving, and he walked in, and he had VIP, so he was walking where I wasn't walking, but he just had like a fucking red cup and his flip flops on, and was going to the concert, and I was like, okay, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So
Awesome.
it was pretty sweet, man. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie, like I hope they figure out a way to keep it relevant, keep the dudes like good names on it, and it's not just a feeder tour, so they can just a fun experience, man.
Kind
Like
of
if I
sounds
would
like the
brought
best
my
man event.
kids, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like a
and I
toned
don't
down
know if
version.
every event's like this, but like I don't know, they had the whole kids zone. It was all indoor. We didn't walk in there because we didn't have our kids. I didn't want to look like a fucking pedophile or something. But uh like I'm guessing it was like just an indoor play place. I don't know. I wouldn't go walk in there, but it was sweet, man. It was super cool. Like there was a young crowd. It wasn't old and stuffy and shit like that. Like there were a bunch of 20-year-old dudes getting hammered, yelling at DJ. They're like, "Where's Paulina? Where's Paulina?" Like stuff like that. So I had a blast, man. It was that's long-winded. That's my birdie of the week. It was
Nice,
so much
nice.
fun. It was a ton of fun.
Did they run out of beer?
No, sir. No, sir. I tried.
Nice. Well, that sounds awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it seems like they have, uh, I mean, similar to the PGA Tour, like each event's their own kind of own thing. Because I don't think it was quite that cool at up here at Trump.
Uh,
Oh, I think the feedback was it was more of a party atmosphere, more fun for the fans for sure. But I'm sure the Greenbrier they just kind of have a little more amenities like set up specifically for that.
yeah.
So sounds like
Yeah,
that
'cause they've
was a
hosted
good one.
tour events there, and the concessions were all over the course.
Yeah, that
You
sounds
could
awesome.
get a beer pretty much anywhere. They're
Yeah.
rolling in money because they had like the Birdie Shack and Club 54 and shit like that they talk about. Well,
Hmm.
if you don't upgrade your ticket, there's a sign outside there with a QR code on it, and it's like you could scan that and get access, but it's like $200 per person. But dude, there's a billion people in there, so I don't
Yeah.
know. It was fun, man. It was a blast. So hopefully they figure out a way to keep it. I think I think it'd be good for
Well,
golf
they
if they
had
could.
they had Bryson on Sports Center this morning. I was watching,
Yeah.
because I'm working from home. But yeah, and I was like, okay, seems like they're, this little the merger talk is definitely like easing up on the, like, I don't think ESPN would have been quite as like open to having Bryson on if
Hmm.
if it was still like, Live versus the PGA, just because they
Yeah.
have like, a deal with the PGA. So like it's definitely seems to be, they're asking about getting on the Ryder Cup and they're asking about the merger and stuff. And he didn't really have any comments, but it's definitely
Yeah.
like, I don't think 2 months ago that would have happened. So
No.
seems to kind of be opening
Well,
up the live talk. They
yeah.
actually showed the highlights, you know what I mean, of his
Yeah.
58s and
Well,
talked about
even
it for
I've
quite a
I've
while.
noticed.
So
Yeah, I've even noticed like you go on the ESPN app and you hit men's golf. There's a drop down for PGA Tour, Champions Tour, Corn Ferry Tour, and they even have live now. So
really, okay,
maybe it's
yeah.
around like you can pull up their actual leaderboard and shit and don't have to go to their website. So I don't know. I hope it sticks around. It's fun. I think it's good for golf. Like get a younger crowd to attend golf, not
Yeah.
just play golf.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I like that a lot.
Yeah. But my other venture this weekend is going to be my bogey of the week because we decided we were going to take our kids to go see monster trucks on Saturday. Now, I've never experienced a bigger racket in my fucking life, dude. I mean, it is the most out. It was run by a bunch of fucking carnies, and they like you could see it was hotter than shit out. There's not a shade tree in sight. It's on a fucking in the infield of a speedway. They have the circus tents up where they're selling waters and shit like that. You could see their homemade price tags. It looked like a fucking post-it note. And one 16-ounce bottle of water was $5 at fucking monster trucks. And
That
then
beer?
they had, hell no, they didn't have beer.
Oh,
Yeah, so there were like a bunch of hillbillies out in the parking lot drinking in the beds of their pickup trucks. It was so we're there. The ticket for kids is free, and it says free kids zone. And it says under that, it says moon bounces, monster truck rides, this, that, face paint and shit. And it's free to get into the kids zone, but you can't do anything without buying shit. They had like 8 moon bounces set out. Each moon bounce cost $7 for a kid to bounce in. I spent more money at monster trucks in bumfuck Franklin County than I did at the Greenbrier, a 5-star resort hotel. And it was just astounding. So Monster Trucks finally starts. There's 2 monster trucks. I was like, we waited all this time for these stupid fucking monster trucks, and there's 2 of them. They went around for like 20 minutes. Show's done. Well, it's halftime. Show's done for fucking us. So we waited around all that time, spent all that damn money, and we saw 20 minutes. I'll never again. Have you taken your kids to a fair recently? Or no?
No,
You guys go to
no.
Prince William County Fair or anything, or Fauquier County Fair or anything like that? Well, there's
You know,
not a
Stu, we're the
bigger.
we the
Go
one thing
ahead.
I try to remind myself is I'm the parent. I don't have to like subject myself to torture. Like
Yeah,
I can make the
well,
decision to not go.
I need to.
Like they don't know. I mean, they don't know
Yeah,
that there's a fair. I don't need to let them know that there's a fair. But my kids are
true,
younger than yours, so like, you know.
true. Well, we didn't go to the fair this year because it's been such a fucking rip off, and it's just terrible. And this was worse than any fair I've ever fucking been to. Never again. I'm done with this shit.
So
Just
it wasn't like Gravedigger. It wasn't like the
no,
big
fuck no. It
Sunday,
was.
Sunday, Sunday.
That's what I expected.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And no, no, not at all. They
yeah.
had 2 monster trucks, and then they had these 2 dirt bike guys that jumped their dirt bikes like, I don't know, 5 fucking times. And then they had the ladies of monster trucks or whatever that just looked like strippers or something dancing on the speedway track. I don't know what was going on. And it was halftime. It was hot. I was like, all right, we're out of here. Never again. Don't take your kids to monster trucks. It's the biggest rack in the world. And that's why the next day we went to a brewery on Sunday.
Gotta
So
make
that's
up
my
for it.
bogey of the week. I experienced the high of highs and the low of lows in a
Mm,
matter of 24 hours.
nice.
Yeah. What a fucking disaster.
Mm. Speaking of disasters, Stu, my bogey of the week is penalty kicks.
Oh man.
The U.S. women's national team choked big time. Some of the worst penalty kicks I've ever seen in my entire life. Like honestly, mind-blowingly bad. Um, I mean, there was 3 of them. 2 just completely off target. 1 hit the post at least. So that's like not that bad, I guess. And that, I mean, that happens. But 2 just completely airmailed, just unbelievable. And like the joke of like, I could have done that, or like I could do better than that, I think actually applies here. It's like,
Could have
yeah,
at least
I
got it on
literally
goal.
could have, yeah, at least make the goalie save it, even if it's like a shitty, like there's plenty of shitty PKs that are just like, like didn't get either enough velocity or like enough direction on it,
Mhm.
and like the ghost's like a pretty easy save for a goalie, but at least it like had a chance going in. These had no fucking chance. It was from 2 of our strikers, like
Yeah.
offensive players, Sophia Smith and Rapino. And yeah, that was fucking atrocious. What a dagger. We were controlling the whole game. I actually woke up early after the pool party. Um, had a couple buddies on the couch, our buddy so and so and Luke and my brother were over on the couch. So we all kind of like funneled down just to catch like the end of the second half and the stoppage time. And we were dominating, but our offense all tournament was just pretty trash. So like they just couldn't get anything actually. Well, they had plenty of shots on target, but they couldn't get anything in. But penalty kicks, man, brutal way to end it. Really sucked, and such a shitty way to end the game. They got to come
Yeah.
up with a better overtime in soccer, I think. Um,
Yeah.
like what other sport? It'd be like basketball. You just shoot free throws to end the game, or like baseball. You have like a home run derby or like a pitching contest. Or football, you have a field goal contest. Like that would
That's
be
pretty
kind
good.
of funny, actually, a field goal where like the kicker goes and you have to like your wide receiver and your running back has to kick. And you just keep going down the line until whoever misses first. But like it's just such a dumb, like I get it to the point where like you've run for 2 hours, like it's 120 minutes. at the end of
Mm-hmm.
overtime. So like you can only run like keep running for so long, I guess. But at the same time, like then it's just a war of attrition. And if someone's gonna get tired and let up a goal, like
Yeah.
go on to penalty kicks is so dumb. Like they gotta come up with a better rule. Like you could start eliminating players from the field one by one, like every 5 minutes or something until it's just like 3-on-3. Like someone's gonna score at that point or something like that.
Or I've got an idea. Just like a torture chamber where the walls close in.
Oh
You
yeah, the field
steadily
just keeps
bring
getting
the
smaller and
goals in.
smaller.
You bring the
Dude,
goals
there you
in.
go. Yeah. Dude, absolutely.
And then you
That
just have
would
a
be
super
cool as shit. It's just like you end up with like a Royal Rumble and everybody crammed in. Just
yeah.
fucking. I mean, honestly, you could do that and start eliminating players as you get super close, or you could just start on a half, like bring the field in half, and like each team gets a possession, like on the other half, with like, and you like each team
That's like
they
college
don't
football.
score like college football. You start eliminating a player. I mean, anything would be better than PKs. Like it's super exciting and like a simple way to end it, but it's so fucking dumb, especially in the World Cup when you're like it really matters. Like you're gonna end the fucking World Cup on that. I mean, it's exciting, but it has no like real. It has nothing to do with the actual game. It's just so
Yeah.
dumb. It's very tilting, especially when you're the USA and like we controlled the whole game. Um, I mean, honestly, I don't think that team was going anywhere. Um, they just couldn't score goals. It's definitely like it seemed to be like a transition year for them. But and I think
Well,
they definitely got a little too rich for their like living on past glory versus whatever. But I don't want to get into like how shitty of a team they were, but
tell
just
me how you
penalty
feel
kicks.
about Megan Rapinoe. Let's get into that. Well, shocker, I know. I didn't watch a second of it. It's just like you said, you're not going to subject yourselves to fairs and monster trucks. I'm not going to subject myself to watching women's soccer on a Sunday morning.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, dude? Honestly, I don't. It does suck. Like I do. The past ones have been way cooler. As one because the team was awesome.
They
The
won.
teams were awesome. The
Yeah.
past two they won, but it was like normal times. Yeah, this one really sucked. The team was played like trash, and then the fucking yeah, one game was at 9 p.m. The other two were just like one was like 3 in the morning. This one was at 5 in the morning. It's
Fuck that.
just no. Yeah, it was tough. But yeah, and honestly, like. I used to love watching them. They kind of just like seemed like they got worse. I don't know how you get worse at soccer, but
Maybe
yeah,
that's why they just had their worst
that's
finish
why
in
they
the
sucked.
history of the
Yeah,
team.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's tough one.
Yep.
Um, my birdie of the week is Barstool being back. There was some news that old Portnoy bought back Barstool. So that's
Yeah.
kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't really remember a time when he actually owned them. Like it's been so
So
long.
it's been over a
But
decade since
yeah.
he's been like in full control,
So
it says.
yeah, I don't remember. So I didn't even follow Barstool back
Yeah.
then. So I don't
Me
really. I
either.
guess I don't really give a shit. But they're back, and now
I think
they're.
it's gonna be I think it's gonna make them bigger than ever, honestly. Because now if they can under one caveat, if they can
If they
keep
hire us,
their no, well,
I was
yeah,
thinking they could hire us now, since we're
they
clearly
could.
not a gambling podcast.
Yeah. But
So
if they
now, if they're
can
moving away from gambling, maybe we have a
I don't
chance.
think they're moving away from gambling. I think they're gonna try to get their own licenses and become their own gaming company. I mean, they have all
That could
these
work. I thought that's why they
barstool
left because they couldn't get. They were like running into
well,
regulator issues and stuff.
yeah, who knows? It's starting to loosen up, and if not, they're just gonna be a big media I mean, they're only getting bigger. They're bringing on bigger, I mean, like, bigger personalities and talents and stuff like that. I don't know. Now they can kind of do their own shit. I mean, Penn was having them fire people for doing dumb shit and stuff like that. So they can just get back to being fucking pirates and doing their own damn thing.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be
You know?
interesting to see. Maybe part of my
Yeah,
take will be funny again.
maybe. I don't yeah, because
Not
they
that
all
it's
just
gotten unfunny, but it's it got a little corporate. Not quite
yeah,
as like hilarious as it used to be. Definitely still funny.
for
Still
sure.
is, but
For sure. I mean, everything jumps the shark eventually. They've been doing it now for what, 7 years?
I don't know.
I mean, do a podcast for 7 years, you're gonna run out of shit to talk about eventually.
Yeah, do it for 2 months and
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be good for them. Get out of that corporate fucking
yeah.
world. That's not them, you know?
Yeah, good for podcasts in general.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, out of that this week, we're playoffs begin. Playoff golf. I mean,
Most exciting time of the year.
hell yeah. Well, we got the FedEx St. Jude Classic. Um, when did playoffs start even? Like, it's been forever, and I feel like recently, maybe because they made elevated events, I don't know, but it's just been the past like few years where it feels like, oh, the playoffs have started. But the
Yeah,
FedEx
they've
Cup's been
definitely been
around for a
around a
long ass time.
long time. Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
feel like
want to
they
say
just
2013, but it's probably even longer than that.
Yeah, I feel like they've just been trying to play on that playoffs thing for a while now. But St. Jude Classic, like I said, we said earlier, it's only a 70-person event. I think it's cut for. I mean, if it's 70 people, you can't have a cut. Like, what are they going to cut? 20 people? Like, that'd be stupid.
Right.
So I think it's a cut-free event. And then after this week, top 50 go to the BMW. So they're balls to the wall from here on out. Because even if you're on that top 30 line, like to get into the tour championship, you need to roll with it right now. Like it's now or never kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. 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 So, I mean,
So,
it is pretty sweet. Yeah. You got to
yeah,
play good. So it started in 2007. Dude, my time
sheesh.
frame is just so off now
Holy
on
shit.
things. Yeah. So
Dude,
we were first year of college. That's
that was
crazy.
over 15 years ago.
17
God
years ago.
damn. I said over 15 years ago.
Oh.
That's a
Or this is the
safe way of
17th
not
year.
being
So
wrong.
16 years ago. Yeah.
um, yeah, but Zalatoris won last year, so he's obviously not going to be able to defend. Hopefully, he can come back healthy. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't like Will Zalatoris. I don't know why. I just got guys I don't like. I guess. I think what it is. I
I
don't like
like
all the
him.
guys that like the coverage sucks their dick, and it's like, what the hell's he ever done?
He's got one win.
But hell yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
It's more than I've done, but
He's great ball striker. His ball striking is impeccable still.
yeah, I think his swing sucks. He looks like a skinny little twerp out there. He hits the shit out of the ball, but
I mean, yeah, he had
worst
that good
putting
little
stroke I've
run.
ever seen in my life. It's got that little hitch in it.
That the putting stroke is terrible. That's kind of why I like him. I like
Yeah.
when people have flaws in their game.
So you like my game?
No, no, people that are actually good, but still have flaws. Like they're more human.
um, I was trying to look up the course. I mean, it's at the same course every year, I assume. Memphis is home of
Memphis.
FedEx.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the playoffs that I can't believe it's been around this long. But like I still I mean I know the tour championship course, but like other than that, the other
That's
two it's
East
kind of
Lake.
like yeah. So like that one's pretty cool. There's some memorable holes, but like the others I still don't know the course like the courses are
Yeah.
anything special from what I recall. So and it's just like
Yeah. They could change that up. It's like, all right, let's bring out the big dogs. If it's not a major year for Pebble, like boom, we're playing Pebble. Or I don't
yeah.
know, like bring out because hell, people root for the course, man. You gotta have a good course.
Yeah.
But I did see that TPC Southwind in Memphis is most balls in the water out of any course on tour.
Hmm.
So since 2003, this is 20 years, 6,166 balls in the water.
Hmm.
That's a a big number. It said more than 1,000 more than any other course. So it's a lot of water. You need to have a good straight hitter, good ball striker, and then I don't know, anybody can get hot on the greens on tour. So we'll see what happens for sure. For sure. But I don't know, it's playoffs, balls to the wall. These dudes are gonna be firing at pins and being aggressive, so it's gonna be fun
Yeah.
for sure. And see what happens. We'll see what happens. It's gonna be hard to beat Rahm and Scheffler, I feel like. Especially once they get to the tour championship and they got a fucking 2-stroke lead on everybody.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's always kind of weird. But it is like I like it. I like how it incentivizes like your whole year really, and then the other tournaments.
I do like how they done that because remember when Tiger won the tour championship in 2018,
Yeah.
and everybody was so hyped for him, and it's his first win since he's been back. Because it was before he won that Masters, and everybody's hype as shit for him. And then whoever won the tour championship, I don't know who won the FedEx Cup that year, but it was just like, yeah, fuck you.
Nobody cares.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares? Tiger won. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Here's your $15 million check. Get out of here.
Yeah.
You know? So I like
Yeah.
that I don't know. Like you said,
Yeah, that
incentivized your
makes
whole
sense. It's
year.
super weird, but it works for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Ken. Well, you've been with our picks, man. I feel like every week whoever you've picked is besides 1 week, a couple weeks ago, is like in the top 5 or top 10 and like in the hunt, man. You've been on it.
Yeah. I know, man. I know, I feel like I've been super close. Just can't
Yeah.
can't buy a win on Sunday though. Um
No. You
I
gonna
don't
stick with
have
your outright strategy or are you gonna
pick with the outright. I don't have any feeling on this week.
no?
Um which I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it's can't be bad because my
Yeah.
feelings have been like, yeah, like you said, like 75% correct though. I'm like getting close,
Yeah.
but it doesn't fucking matter because they're not winners.
Yep.
Um there's always, I feel like, one guy that gets hot in the playoffs, and I feel like this year it's got to be Scotty Scheffler. The problem with him is it's plus 600, which I feel like is just atrocious odds. So I think Scotty Scheffler is going to win this week.
Okay.
Plus 600 isn't the best on DraftKings. They have the plus 300 promotion, so you can get them at like plus 900, plus 950. So I did that, and then I sprinkled a little bit. So I think Scotty will be my official pick. Don't like the odds, and then I sprinkled some on Spieth at plus 3,500 as hopefully a good backup winner.
Nice. Well, took the words right out of my mouth, man. I'm picking Spieth outright. Plus
Nice,
3,500.
nice.
Uh
Oh, did you have that?
yeah.
Oops, my bad.
That's all good, man. No, hey, that gives me some validation. I feel like I don't
Yeah.
pick many outrights, but he's like on the outside looking in at the tour championships. He's sitting at I think he's on like 34th place or something in FedEx Cup standings right now. And he's been there all year, just hasn't
Hmm.
really broken through. And I think he needs to put one up. I mean, he's always plays aggressive. He's That's his game, and I think he can get hot and take it home and launch him up into that top 30. So I
Well,
went Speed outright plus 3,500.
nice. Well, I really love that pick, Stu. I think that's great. Great
Yeah.
explanation too. Yeah.
Yeah, well, hopefully
I guess I
one
should
of
look
our
at our pick sheets that you
maybe.
send.
You don't have to. Makes for a better pod.
Yeah.
Makes for a better pod. Nah. Hey, I'm hoping if we get a name like Spieth or Scheffler firing at the top, it's gonna be a fun weekend. So
Yeah, for sure.
hell yeah, man. Well, uh, good luck. We need to put one on the board. My plus size unit is just dwindling as we speak. So
Mine's starting to look like a good golf round, actually.
yeah, that looks
Like
great.
mine at 7.5.
Yeah,
Round up to 8, -8.
nice.
Getting close to Bryson 58, you know.
Hell yeah. All right, bud. Well, I hope you have a good week. Have a good weekend. We want to thank everyone for listening. Remember to rate and subscribe to the podcast. Check us out on Twitter at Fairway Pod, at on Instagram at Laying in the Fairway Pod. Check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe to that. Just search Laying in the Fairway Podcast. Thank y'all.
So